I stumbled upon something a while back that, I gotta tell you, it completely changed my mornings. It made me realize that for so many of us, especially if we're over 60, the most dangerous part of our day isn't what we're eating or how much we're exercising. Nope. The biggest risk is hidden in a tiny 35-second window that every single one of us goes through every morning without fail.
So let me just ask you this straight up. What if the single biggest threat to your heart happens in those first few moments right after the alarm clock goes off? I know it sounds a little dramatic, but just stick with me here, because what I've found out is something most doctors never even tell us.
And just so we're crystal clear, this has nothing to do with the usual suspects. We are not talking about whether you had a donut for breakfast.
And it doesn't matter if you went for a run yesterday or if you didn't. This is something way, way more subtle.
In fact, it's a habit that seems completely harmless. Millions of us do it every single morning without even thinking about it. You probably do it before your feet even hit the carpet.
All right, let's dive into this thing. We're going to uncover what I like to call the morning mystery, this hidden risk that's shockingly common, but almost nobody talks about it.
And check this out, this isn't just a theory. The actual data is pretty jarring. Studies show that your risk of a heart attack is a staggering 40% higher between 6 a.m. and 10 a.m. I mean, come on, that's not just random chance. That's a clear biological pattern.
And here's the real kicker. For decades, doctors and clinicians have seen this exact same pattern over and over again. They've seen the same mistake, but it's almost never mentioned to patients. So what you're about to hear really puts you way ahead of the game.
So to really understand this mistake, first we got to understand what's actually happening inside our bodies the second we wake up. It's like a perfect storm of biology that happens every single morning.
Think about your body when you're asleep. It's kind of like your phone in low power mode. Everything just dials way down. Your heart rate slows, your blood pressure drops. It's really the only true downtime and recovery your heart gets all day.
But then, about an hour or so before you actually wake up, your body hits the reboot button, and it hits it hard. It floods your system with stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, and that causes this instant surge. Your heart rate spikes, your blood pressure shoots up, and your blood vessels literally tighten up.
Now, when you're younger, your body can handle that jolt just fine. But after 60, well, it's a different ballgame. Our arteries are just naturally a little stiffer, our body's reaction time to change is slower, and let's be honest, there might be some silent plaque buildup that we don't even know about. That morning surge puts a huge strain on the whole system.
So all of this biological chaos creates this moment where we're incredibly vulnerable. And that brings us right to the main event, the big reveal of that hidden danger. The mistake is just standing up immediately. That's it. The alarm rings, you swing your legs out of bed, and you're up on your feet. It feels totally normal, right? But for your heart, that split second can be one of the riskiest things you do all day.
And here's why. The fancy medical term is orthostatic hypotension. But basically, when you stand up fast, gravity yanks blood down to your legs. Your heart has to go into overdrive, instantly, to pump it all the way back up to your brain. You know that dizzy, lightheaded feeling you sometimes get? Yeah, that's not just a normal part of getting older. It's a little warning light from your heart saying, hey, I'm struggling here.
So you see how it all comes together. It's this perfect storm. First, you've got that hormone surge already putting your heart under pressure. Second, your blood is thicker because you haven't had water all night, so it's more likely to clot. And third, you stand up suddenly, causing that massive drop in blood pressure. It's a triple threat that creates this moment of real vulnerability.
Okay, I know. That was a lot of science, and it sounds pretty alarming. But here is the best part of this whole discovery. The solution is unbelievably simple. We're calling it the 90-second heart solution.
And this isn't just wishful thinking. The research shows that by just adopting this one simple routine, you could see a potential 62% reduction in these morning cardiac events. 62%! That is an incredible return for just a tiny, tiny investment of your time. So what do you have to do? Let's walk through the 4 super simple steps that make up your brand new heart-safe morning routine. The whole thing takes, you guessed it, just 90 seconds. Okay, step 1. When that alarm goes off, don't move a muscle. Just stay still and take 3 slow, deep breaths. Step 2. Grab that glass of water you left on your nightstand and drink the whole thing. This helps rehydrate you and thin out your blood. Step 3. Sit up slowly. Roll onto your side, push yourself up, and just sit on the edge of the bed for about 30 seconds. Maybe wiggle your ankles a bit. And finally, step 4. Stand up nice and slow and just pause. Count to 10 before you start walking. That is it.
Oh, and a quick but really important side note here. If you happen to take diuretics, you might know them as water pills, for blood pressure, you should know they can sometimes lower your body's magnesium levels. Magnesium is absolutely crucial for a steady heart rhythm, so it's a really smart idea to just ask your doctor to check your levels at your next checkup. So look, the whole point of this isn't to make you afraid of waking up. Not at all. It's about giving you awareness and putting you back in control. Because as this all makes so clear, sometimes it's the smallest, tiniest habits we have that end up making the biggest possible difference for our health.
So what's the big takeaway? What can you do right this second? Well, the single most important thing you can do is tonight, before you go to bed, just put a full glass of water on your nightstand. It's the first step. It's the beginning of a simple routine that could literally protect your heart for years and years to come. The only question is, are you going to do it?